All right, we're back. Hello. All right, let's try that again. It says that I am live. If I am live, please let me know and say howdy. Oh, yep, I can see myself. It's all ready to go. How good is this? We're going to have such a great time. All right, who's ready to learn? Comment me if you are ready to know the top 5 mistakes that almost every business owner makes at some point. Top 5 marketing mistakes. Are you ready to roll? I sure am. Shall we? Shall we? Let's go. All right, let me share my screen and we'll crack on. All righty, let's do it. Where are you? Sharing. Let's go. Okay, now, top 5 marketing mistakes 95% of business owners make, and what to do instead, because there's definitely a whole bunch that we are able to control. Okay, let's see. Who am I? I am Lizzie Macaulay. I am a copywriter and copy coach, a launch specialist for 6- and 7-figure small business owners and entrepreneurs. That is me. I am the founder of the Get It Done movement, the chief copywriter over at Write It. I'm a power lifter, I'm a speaker, a bit of an introvert, and I am most definitely a lover of dresses with pockets, which is, you know, the most important detail of all, right? So, shall we get going? I'd like to know a bit more about you. Why don't you drop in the comments? Who are you? Where are you from? I'd love to hear about it. Okay, let's see. I'm just trying to jump onto my phone and see the comments as well. So I'd really love to know about you. So usually I work with kind of 3 different types of people, and they fall into one of these 3 categories. So version 1 is I work with introverted entrepreneurs who feel like they have all these amazing ideas in their head, but they can't seem to get them from their head to the page. So that is definitely something that I see really, really often. I work with bold business owners who have a unique message, but they need guidance on how to kind of get a bit braver and share it with the world and be bold. And thirdly, and probably most commonly, I work with really savvy entrepreneurs who don't need an entire marketing department, but they really want to elevate their message so they can learn how to turn their words into even more money than they've already started with. So I'd love to know about you. Are you 1? Are you 2? Are you 3? Oh, Perry says, hey, Perry, I love dresses with pockets. Fantastic. So I'm just trying to catch up with the comments now. I finally found Michelle's here, Rachel's here, Tracy's here. My goodness, there's some blasts from the past here. So I'd love to know 1, 2, or 3. Which are you in the comments? I'll give you a second to let me know. 1, 2, or 3. Well, let's find out. I'm not sure if there's a tiny delay, but that's all right. We'll just keep rolling, hey? Right. Okay, so we only have 30 minutes together. So today's agenda will be pretty simple. The top 5 is what I'll be sharing. Haina's a 2, Perry's a 1 and a 3. So you can be an introvert and an elevated coach or business owner. Absolutely. Rachel's 2 and 3. Oh my goodness, we've got some combos today. There must be a tiny bit of a delay between the comments coming through and what I'm saying. So I will try my best to make it all work. That's all right. Yes, so we only have 30 minutes together. I'll be sharing my top 5. I'll be sharing what to do instead. I'll be sharing, making time for questions and answers to come through. And at the end, you know what? We're only just scraping the surface of what's possible and what's available to learn about developing your copy confidence. So the best thing I can do is invite you to my copy confidence skills lab, which I will be doing at the end. So keep your phone handy because I'll have a QR code for you to scan so you can come along. I've also, if you've got your phone anyway, I've got an amazing resource to share with you as well. So a lot to go on, a lot to work through. So let's dive in, shall we? Okay, so first I'd love to know who here is, drop it in the comments, a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4. Are you completely on top of your marketing and you don't need any help? That would be really cool if you're a 1. If you're a 2, are you happily outsourcing that and you don't even care about your messaging because someone else is dealing with it for you? That is 2. Number 3 is, I kind of know I need to get better at this, but I'm not better yet. That's possible and quite common as well. And number 4 is marketing and messaging is on my to-do list, but I'm not there yet. Oh, we've got lots of 3s coming through. Perry's a 3, Haina's a 3. Yep, that's cool. Well, that's kind of why we're here, isn't it? So we can get better, and we get better together. And the more we practice, the easier it is. So let's just keep focused on that. Shruti's a 3. Fantastic. That's okay. That's exactly where most people lie. And the fact is if you know you have room for improvement, we can go ahead and improve, right? So that's really great. You don't know what you don't know, and I'm going to teach you some cool stuff right now. Okay, so top 5 mistakes. Number 1, and we had a couple of guesses in the sort of preamble to this event. Number 1 is people are constantly unclear on who their audience actually is. Okay, and I'm going to give, Mish is a 3. Mish is here. Hey guys, great to see you. So when you are unclear, it's really difficult to market to anybody because you're not sure exactly who you're talking to. So really what we need to do is to choose who we're talking to. And that purely comes down to you and what you like and what resonates with you. And that way you begin attracting people based on a story that you understand deeply and you can connect in a much deeper way. So realistically, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. So the amount of people that I have worked with, I've worked with probably close to 300 different business owners and entrepreneurs in developing their offer. Most of them start too broad and they talk about, I can help women, but are women just like one unit, or are we a completely diverse and interesting type of group, So some are mothers, some are not, some are working from home, some aren't working at all. There's so many different nuances. So the best thing you can do is to start with choosing probably people who have a similar story to you, but you're just further down the track to what they need than them. Okay. So you choose your audience based on your interests, beliefs, and behaviors. And genuinely, narrow is better. You can definitely tell Rachel says guilty. You can tell a really crisp, beautiful story when your audience is very, very clear. You need to be able to picture that person in your mind's eye and really tell that story. Copywriting, your messaging is all about storytelling and painting a picture of their future that is so much better because they found you and your innate skill. Okay. So yeah, I kind of touched on it before. Great to admit, first step to improve, says Mish. Yeah. So for instance, if we chose mums as a group, is that clear? Because, there's a lot of us out there, and myself included. So is it a working mum? Is it a mum that works from home? Is it a mum that is a stay-at-home mum? And what you're then wanting to do is sort of think about all the different pressure points that are unique to that audience, because there's lots of common ground. And what we are looking for is the unique areas to really kind of pinpoint and draw from to tell our story. Okay, so it's really, really different. You could have a 25-year-old mum, you could have a 50-year-old mum, and they're going to have a different experience. Mums with toddlers, mums with kids who've left the house. So once you really start sort of peeling back the layers, you can really clearly see that just choosing something broad doesn't give you that richness that getting clear does. Okay, so that is my first pointer for you guys. And also, to be clear, it's not just about demographics. So here's just a silly example I like to share. So look at these two guys, right? Oh, he's not Prince Charles anymore. He's King Charles, isn't he? I'll need to update that graphic. So both are male, both born in 1948, both raised in the UK, both married twice, both live in a castle, both are wealthy and famous. But are they the same? Probably not, right? They're not at all the same. So we need to compare and contrast the nuances. There's differences in every possible audience, and our job is to market specifically to like either end of a spectrum, get into the specifics of your audience, right? So we have clients define their audience as women 25 to 55, but someone who is 25 is going to have a completely different life experience than someone who is 55, and different challenges and different aspirations for themselves, and different experience that they're coming from. So the idea when we're choosing our audience is to choose based on that specificity. Okay. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Perry. Great illustration. Thank you. Oh, but yeah, so it's just kind of ramming the point home, I suppose. And I know, and I hear it so often, choosing is scary, right? It's so much easier. I can help everyone. I'm sure you can. But the point is, it's so much more freeing once you find your lane and you stick with that lane, right? It's completely liberating. So if you've been struggling to gain traction with your messaging as it is, I'd really, really encourage you to go back to the start and start refining who it is that you're talking to, because it makes such a difference. And it doesn't mean starting over. It just means it's the next evolution of your brand. So I can 100% attest to this for myself. I've got one of my clients, Cheryl, is one of my favorite success stories. She had a successful business and a very clear background in a particular industry. But when she went into coaching, she started to talk more to everyone and all service-based people, and she could not get the traction that she was asking for. But as soon as she went back to her roots and went specifically through to the audience and to the skill set that she knew best, that made her a successful entrepreneur in the first place, the clients have just started flooding in. So I've been working with her since December, and she has gone from having a dribble of clients to an absolute flood. So within the first 2 months of working with her, she went from patchy to now she has a waiting list for one-to-one clients, and she's just put together her group coaching program, which also has an extensive wait list as well. And that's just in 3 months. And that's just because she took the leap to go from, I'll help everyone, to I'm going to help these people that I know exactly how to help. I know their story in detail, and I know it's going to work. Okay, so try it. It's scary, but it'll be really, really effective. Okay. All right. Mistake number 2. Do you know what? The amount of times I see this and, they forget to actually promote their business and or ask for the sale. I see so many people who've got the most beautifully crafted copy, whether it's a website, whether it's a social post, and then they forget to actually conclude it, right? So, and we're going to get into how to do that in a minute, but really, seriously, such a big problem that can be easily fixed. So I'm going to give you I'm going to set aside that for a second and give you just the really shortest little pep talk that I can. It is your responsibility to talk about your brand and be the biggest raving fan possible, right? Nobody loves your business as much as you do. And if you're being all cool girl about it and you're not actively telling people how amazing it is, and what a difference it can make to somebody's life. Nobody else is going to do that for you, right? Not in the same way as you. You can't be chill about it, because what happens is if they don't know about you and you've got the most amazing intentions, your job is to tell people and be passionate, someone else is going to get your business. And do you want these potential clients going to somebody who doesn't have good intentions, who's going to overcharge, who's not going to do as high quality job as you? I mean, it's up to you in the end. However, ultimately, the responsibility lies with you. So I'd really, really encourage you to think about that and think about your duty to these people that you guys can absolutely help, but you can't help them if they don't know about you, right? So please step out, own your amazing genius, and go ahead and let people know that you're here, that you exist, and that you're ready to help and you're the best person for the job, right? So going back to, what do we do when people forget to ask for the sale? Essentially, you need calls to action, right? You need to tell people what to do. A call to action, or a CTA, is a verbal or written prompt that encourages your reader. Oh, hey, Gabriella. That encourages your reader to take specific action, right? So people kind of need really super clear instructions on what to do next. It's no good to have this beautiful piece of writing if then people don't know what to do with it. So you write a blog and it doesn't say, call me for a discovery call after it. Well, then it's a total missed opportunity, isn't it? So the calls to action serve a bunch of different purposes depending on what behavior you're trying to encourage. It could be anything from save this post to buy my thing now to book a call, right? And if people don't have these instructions, they're not going to take the action that you want them to take. If you leave your readers hanging in midair without clear instructions, they won't know what to do, and the opportunity is passed and you've missed it. I'm going to talk more about that in my skills lab in a couple of weeks. So I'd really encourage you to come along to that if you need a bit of help with massaging your calls to action and being clear about what to do to get people to do what you want them to, which is why we're all here, right? That's the whole point of copy and messaging and marketing and is to sell stuff. People don't know that they're supposed to do something next. They're not going to do it. Mish says, not having a call to action can impact so much. Yeah, it really, really can. All right, what's next? Oh, yes. A little gift for you. If you have your phones with you just now, this is something that I have pulled up to help with this call to action problem. So this Power Words That Convert document, scan the QR code. You can have it for yourself right now. Basically, it's got more than 200 words that you can help to use and massage into your signature style. It is something that I use regularly for myself to make sure that I am using words that inspire, that convince, that essentially get people to do what I want them to do for my clients or for myself sometimes. So please go ahead. This is my gift to you. All you need to do is scan the QR code and you will get a copy straight to your inbox. Okay, great. I think I've sent this out probably, I think about 100 people have this at the moment. So it's really starting to be popular. Hannah says, scanning now, scan away. All right, I think I've given people enough time. If you haven't had enough time, of course, you can go back to the replay and find it there too. And if you're watching on replay, of course, use the hashtag replay and just join in as if you are part of the fun, right? Great. All right, moving on. Effective calls to action are clear and concise. They give incentives to take a desired action and in alignment with our standout brand voice. Sometimes, just like I've done above, you can, oh, where am I? There I am. You can highlight things with colored or different colored text, contrasting color, to make sure that they truly stand out and grab attention as well. So that's something that I really, really recommend. Easy, right? Again, all of this stuff I will go into more detail in my skills lab coming up in a little while. Okay, what's next? Number 3, they haven't developed a distinct brand voice yet. Common, so common, because people are scared to be themselves, and that's totally understandable. It's a vulnerable place to be, to completely show up as yourself and embody your flow, embody your brand voice. It's much easier to play it safe and be a little vanilla and a little neutral, but then you're not standing out, are you? Right? Oh, Mish says for sure. So how does this look? Right? So it looks like perfectionism. It looks like kind of trying to appeal to everybody, which also kind of ties in with our not knowing who we're talking to. If we're trying to talk to everybody, we're going to end up talking to nobody. It looks like apologizing for ourselves. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm here. I'll get into that in a bit. It looks like copying other people's work. And it kind of looks like assuming people don't want to hear from us as well, right? Which is surprisingly common. And especially for us introverted types, anyone who said 1 at the start, this is probably stuff that is landing for you, because it sure used to land for me as well as an introverted entrepreneur. And thankfully, I have just brute force my way past it. Okay, so let's dive in. So perfectionism kind of looks like delaying tactics. Rachel says, this is what I help my clients with, being their true selves in their business. Rachel, what a team, right? We could team up on this stuff and just keep getting people out of their shells. So perfectionism, it might show up for you if you are the type. It looks like delaying. So never posting anything, never sharing what you do, never sending that email because it's not perfect. It's maybe, if it's a video thing, taking hundreds of takes instead of going with the old messy is better than perfect approach. It could be spending hours kind of in the proofing stage and the perfecting stage, rather than in just letting things go out. And okay, every so often there might be a typo, or there might be something that could have been written better, but over analyzing is stopping you from just taking action. And also it shows up like not delegating. So sometimes it's possible that, we could outsource some of the work that we do, but we hold on to it because we're not confident that somebody else is going to do it as well as us. But you know what? There's a lot of people out there that can do things a lot better than any of us. So it's important to acknowledge that and make sure that we are staying in our genius zone, and that we let other people do work that's in theirs. And that way everybody wins and we can stay in our money-making genius zone. Okay. What else does it look like? Trying to appeal to everyone kind of looks like, you know what, you might have an opinion and then you might contradict yourself because somebody disagreed with that opinion. It might look like never having a firm position on anything. It might look like bland branding you don't love. And can I say, and I'd love to hear from you guys as well. Michelle says, hundreds of takes, guilty for sure, but often have to go with messy is better than perfect. Otherwise, things don't get done. 100%-ish. Trying to appeal to everybody. I wonder if anybody else has done this. So, for instance, my first lot of branding, I don't have any examples today, but my first lot of branding was what I thought I should be doing as a business owner. And clearly, my brand has evolved to be much more colorful, much more me, and I flippin' love it. If you don't love your branding and your messaging, it's probably time to do something about that. Give it an overhaul and make it feel oh so comfy cozy, because what's the point of being the lead in a business that you don't even love yourself? How can you expect anybody else to follow you and love it with you, essentially? So hot tip to you. I'd love to know if anybody here is still figuring out what they love, figuring out their branding, and figuring out their messaging, or whether you're really happy with your branding as it is. Let me know in the comments. Oh, Perry says 100%. Great. See, we're in the right space, you guys. Good. All right. Sometimes we apologize for ourselves when there's absolutely no need. We kind of apologize for like taking up space. Hennessy says, I need to give more of a firm position. Absolutely. So I sent out an email maybe 2 weeks ago. I am doing a series. Oh, Mish says, I did that too. Started with what I thought everyone wanted, then leaned into coral and bright. Yes, you've got a really distinct brand, Mish. Rachel says, I love seeing you be your colorful self. Me too, Rachel. So what I see quite often is people, oh, look, I'm really sorry that I'm asking you to buy something from me. Do you want to? And it's like, what? No. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't have that posture, you don't have that confidence, your potential customers aren't going to either, and they're going to go somewhere else. So we need to stand up, we need to own our message, and we need to be bloody confident that what we have is solid, what we have can help people, and it's completely worth investing in. So we need to not do that anymore. No more apologizing. No, oh, it's just me. I'm so sorry for reaching out and sending you an email. Send the email, ask for the sale, do what you need to do, and be bloody glad that they should be so lucky to have you as their coach or their service provider or their product provider, right? No more sorries, thank you. All right. Sometimes it looks like copying. So it looks like, you know, trying words that someone else has used, speaking or acting like someone else, using their graphics or images, or just purely jumping on trends that don't align. So you need to trust yourself that you already have the perfect thing to say in your own perfect way. You don't need to do it in any other way. You build your business based on what you love rather than what other people are doing, because that's not important. That's irrelevant. All right. Now, quick fixes. Repeat after me. Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Perfectly imperfect is perfectly perfect, right? You don't need to be perfect. In fact, there's a whole conversation we could have about how perfect is not the goal. Imperfect is human, and human is relatable, and relatable is sellable, right? It's kind of a funny link, but it is definitely far more valuable to have connection with people, to have that warmth. And you know, your audience wants to hear from you, not robot you, right? Not perfect robot polished you. Just let it all hang out, man. When you are going through this, yes, keep showing up, says Hannah. There, you got there. You beat me to it. Picture yourself, if you're really struggling, especially for my introverts in the room, if you're really struggling when you're writing or when you're doing a live or whatever, picture yourself talking to somebody you really, really care about. And it makes it so much easier to write when you're trying to write from your heart, rather than wondering what people are going to think of it and wondering about the judgment that's going to come to you. When you write from that perspective, when you write talking to somebody that you care about, you're probably less judgmental of yourself as well. So you can just sort of get into the flow of what you mean, rather than being stuck in worrying about what other people think. All right. Also, keep your blinkers on. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing or why or how. Just do it your way. And if you look around, that's probably going to be more discouraging than it needs to be. Just stay true to yourself. Believe in what you're doing, and don't even worry about what your competitors are doing or anybody else in the market. Just do you. Okay. Oh, Rachel says, this is all exactly what I did when I started my online wedding business. Totally lost myself. I thought I needed to be someone else. Yeah, man. And I bet it was boring. I bet you didn't love it because it wasn't you, right? And I sympathize with that. I think we've all done that on some level. And version 1 of our business is trying to be what someone else wants us to be, what we think we should be. And version 2 and onwards is us really stepping into ourselves and owning our space as business owners, right? How else we fix the not showing up as ourselves? We just give less of a shit. Careless, have fun. Don't worry about the consequences of saying, you know, flubbing our lines or whatever. It doesn't matter, right? for at the very least, it's a flipping short news cycle, isn't it? Everything is coming and going and it doesn't matter. The point is that you have fun, you enjoy yourself, and you keep showing up. The more you show up, the more visible you are, the more visible you are, the more recognizable you are, the more recognizable you are, the easier it is to sell, right? So keep showing up. So there. All right. So here is my permission to you. You have my permission right now to be different. In fact, I'd highly encourage it. Give yourself permission to stand out, to draw out your people, to get them to feel like you guys are all on the same journey and truly develop that know, like, and trust factor. Seriously, it's a big deal, and it's kind of much more fun that way as well. Please try it. Okay, number 4. They focus their copy inward rather than prioritizing their customer's perspective. I cannot tell you how many times I have seen this. Michelle, yes, 100% lean into being different is the exact thing that will set you apart. Absolutely, Mish. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen people use the following. And I'm sorry to say it, but here's my truth bomb for the day. Nobody at all, nobody cares about your business or your feelings as much as you do. And here's examples of that. I'm so excited. I love my work. I can't wait. I'm ready. Okay. These are all about you. And that's fine. But nobody's going to care about the fact that you're excited. What's in it for me? Your audience just cares what's in it for them. Oh, other Michelle's here. Sorry, they don't care. So here's what we do instead. We turn it around so we can say, why is this for them, right? I'm so excited to see your life change as we work together, right? You can see there's a clear buy-in there. I can't wait for you to start feeling better. I love my work because I see so many clients better off for using my service. So it makes it really, really clear what's in it for them rather than just what's in it for you. Nobody cares, sorry, about what's in it for you. Unfortunately, wouldn't it be nice? It would make our marketing nice and easy. Right. I'm ready to share my top tips with you so you can skyrocket your sales. So you see how we've turned that around? Mish says, I'm so excited I'm launching. It's hard not to say though, for sure. Perry says, what's in it for me should be top of mind for us. 100%. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen the phrase, I'm so excited. And I kind of twitch now because it doesn't matter why you're excited. It matters why it's exciting for them. Okay. So the final one is simply consistency. Most people are inconsistent in the way that they post, in what they say, in who they say it to, and it is confusing for your audience. And if your audience is confused, they're not going to buy from you, right? So no matter what it is you say, think, or do, make it consistent, right? Find something to take a stand for it and stand for it completely. It doesn't mean, oh, I like carrots. It means carrots are the best and the only thing that I will ever love in this world, right? And stand for it. If you believe in something, make it part of your brand. Create a community around this set of beliefs, no matter what it is. Like you will find your tribe, you will find your people much more easily when you are clear about your beliefs, your interests, your causes, any of that, and you own it, right? Don't hide. So if, for instance, if you're like an eco warrior, if you have green policies in your business, you need to talk about them so that people can connect with that. And that helps you stand out as different than anybody else. If you, or inconsistency is a problem in the same vein. Michelle says, better proof my emails. I'm so excited. Yes. Inconsistency is a major problem. So let's say you do have green eco policies, but you're going around driving a massive gas guzzling truck. That's a problem, right? So maybe it would be better to reframe what you talk about and not talk about green things, or change your car or whatever. So it's just about behavior, and what you say and what you do need to be in alignment. And really, whatever that is fine. You'll find your people much more easily when you're clear about what it is you stand for and why. Okay. Now, this is kind of what I help small business owners and entrepreneurs with every single day. Seriously, this is what I do. And we've got a couple of my fabulous clients here here watching live today who can kind of attest to this. I help people sell out. I help people get new clients. I help people just understand who it is that they're trying to talk to. And I've been doing this for a long, long time now, and I have done it over and over and over again. And it all kind of starts with my copy confidence blueprint. So there are 4 elements that you really, really need to succeed as a small business owner or entrepreneur. You need to have a big voice. And this is something that we take a lot of time developing. You need to find it, and you need to use the words that connect with your people that suit you best. And that's what we've been talking about all day, all this time this morning. You need to make a big connection. So you need to generate or become part of a community who gets you, loves you, and wants to see you soar. And you do that through being consistent, through being genuine, through giving value, all these things that I teach as part of my memberships, we'll talk about another day. You need big skills. You need to learn the biggest copywriting secrets to use in your own work. And you get to use them whenever you need. That's what I teach throughout everything that I do, in particular the Skills Lab that's coming up in a couple of weeks. And all of these things coming together ends up with big profits. So when you have these skills, the big profits come by saving you time and making big money with the words that connect to your perfect customer. So those are my 4. That is my specific blueprint. It's my signature, and nobody else does what I do, which is fantastic. And what you don't need is the following. Well, you don't actually need a huge following at all. And that's one of the biggest misconceptions. What you do need is just to attract the right people who love your stuff. And that's what we've been talking about today, isn't it? You don't need to say or do anything just because other people are doing it. You don't need to do a single thing like that. Your own words are already going to make an impact to the right people. You just need to have the confidence to share those words, right? And that is what I teach. You don't even need a schmancy copywriter on staff. Yeah, but you could have one in your back pocket, and that will cost you less than your daily coffee. And that can't hurt, really, right? Having a bit of support. You just need a little confidence in your ability to know what you want to say and how you can say it in a way that will make people stop and listen. Sounds good, right? That's what I teach every day. And that is what I am going to be teaching in my Copy Confidence Skills Lab, which is coming up in early May. So May 8th to May 12th, I'm going to be sharing a free challenge over 5 days. I'll be opening up my Skills Lab again. This is the second time we've been running it, to discover your big voice, make big connections, develop big skills, and build a standout brand that makes big profits. All the elements of my Copy Confidence Blueprint. So this is all about learning how to turn your words into money without losing your authenticity. Sounds pretty good, right? So if you'd like to come along, here's what we'll be covering. You'll be learning my signature Copy Confidence Blueprint to skyrocket your sales and truly stand out online. We'll be talking about understanding your audience, embracing your superpowers. We'll be talking about how to maximize your time through repurposing content. We'll be talking about profitable power words, and classy calls to action. So basically going much, much deeper into all of the information that I've shared with you today. We'll be doing practical implementations of things. And of course, there's more to it as well. I will be sharing a whole month of content prompts with you. That will be my free resource this time around. There's the opportunity to win a scholarship into my membership, and I'm going to be sharing a bunch of bonus trainings on all of the latest technology, including what to do with AI, which is obviously a really up and coming tool that everybody is using in their marketing, but not everybody has mastered. So it sounds cool, right? Anybody want to come? Drop a yes in the comments if you'd quite like to join me for that. It sounds like it's going to be a good time, right? It is going to be a good time. Here's how. All you need to do is scan the QR code just there to join in. It's going to be super, super easy. Oh, yes, 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 says everyone. Please. Great. So scan the QR code and that'll send you to the sign up page, and then you'll be in. I'm even offering this time an opportunity to jump on a call with me beforehand so we can have a little chat and really, really understand exactly what it is you need to get out of this week so that I can tailor it exactly to you and your business and make sure that I'm covering absolutely everything that needs to be covered. So the only way to get on a call with me for that is to register in advance and book your time. So scan the codes. Look, everybody had a great time last time, learned so much. That's amazing. My mind's blown. Awesome tips, etc., etc. We had such a great time last time, and I can tell you it's going to be even better this time. Okay, so scan the codes. If you can't do that now, go back to the replay of this and scan the code there. It'll still work on replay. So that's kind of it from me. Did anybody, before I wind up, did anybody have any questions? Anybody have anything that I covered that they need more information on? I'll just leave time for a second. See if anybody wanted to know anything more, or you can just come to the challenge, come to my skills lab in a few weeks and join me there. What do you think? All right, I'll double check. Looks like everyone's good. Please go ahead and join the challenge. It's going to be a great week of learning and connecting and finding ways to build our confidence with our copy, hence the name, right? Copy Confidence Skills Lab. It's coming in a few weeks. Thank you so, so much, everybody, for joining me. I've had such a great time sharing with you and teaching today, but that's kind of it. Any other way to register besides scanning? Great question, Mish. I'll drop a link into the comments here as well, and I'll try and pin that comment so everyone can see how they can join. Great question, Mish. Oh, no, that wasn't Mish. That was Fortunate. Okay. I will drop that into the comments as soon as I've stopped teaching. Oh, thanks, Perry. Thanks so much for coming along. Hopefully we'll see you for a more in-depth teaching through the Skills Lab. All right. Have an amazing day, everyone. And I'll see you all super, super soon. All right. Bye-bye.